That's fine.
A great Wednesday morning. It is a weird kind of morning in the city of Brownsville, and I say weird because actually I expected it to be raining. I expected it to be cold. I expected it to be like kind of on the wacky side because that's what the forecast had called for.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be happening later or something.
No. I mean, third tomorrow. No, today. Hold on. Shoot. It was supposed to be raining, cold as of today, and I know that because in Mexico it's Semana Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Today there's a 70% chance of rain today,
Ooh.
but I don't think so. Does it look rainy outside?
I don't know. I haven't been outside yet.
It didn't look rainy to me.
Yeah, I
But
thought it was. I thought the rain was coming in the late in the afternoon or something. I didn't think it was gonna happen right now.
not,
No,
and tomorrow 50%, and on Friday 90%.
it's gonna suck.
Oh, well,
I don't know why it's raining so much, but I mean, we need the rain, but not during Holy Week.
it's April showers.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't want the rain. I don't know, man. I'm kind of tired. I was looking at some stuff on budgets because there's tomorrow the Texas House is going to be looking at budgets and they're going to be doing amendments and stuff like that, and your state representatives are going to be offering different amendments. And I was kind of looking at my friends, not really my friend, her budgets, and I'm like, she's offering 16 different writers. Juanita, that's a lot of amendments to offer. And a lot of the amendments that she's offering aren't even in her district.
Yeah, I saw one of your posts where you're bitching about her getting some money for a library in San Benito.
Mm-hmm. That's one of them. She's actually she wants to do a park, millions of dollars for a park in Santa Maria, which is not in her district. It's in un rancho como San Benito, como dices.
But isn't it
And
still a nice thing to do?
it's nice, but you're not supposed. Look, if you're a state representative, you're supposed to fight for your district. And when you go, like, let's say you go to the state legislature and he's like, hey, I want to talk to you about a particular bill. I want you to support this bill. If you're looking at like lobby, when they ask you like, where do you live? And he's like, well, I live in Brownsville. Well, I represent, San Antonio. Sorry, can't help you. Maybe you should talk to your representative in San Benito. And that's kind of the thing. That's what happens.
Well, maybe she doesn't know where her district starts and ends.
She probably doesn't. That's why she had me. But I mean, her office isn't 35. It's like it's ridiculous. It's dumb. I think it's because she's from San Benito, so she has to represent San Benito. But if you're Laguna Vista, you're Bayview, you're Rancho Viejo, did I say Los Fresnos? She doesn't care about you.
But she kicked you to the curb.
Yeah, I wasn't the only one. There are other people that were she kicked to the curb.
Yeah, but don't you think now that maybe it would have been time better spent if we would have been helping out maybe other candidates
I don't know.
instead of the
Maybe.
one?
Well,
Instead of
look, I mean, I think had I not focused on Janie's race, if I would have helped out Adam would have won.
well, so
I mean, yeah, I mean, instead of block walking for just Janie, if I would have decided I'm going to go block walk for Adam for a week or something, I think Adam might have won.
but that's what's unfortunate that a lot of times a lot of individuals, they spend all their time, out there going supporting candidates, that they think that they could help win, and then they get kicked to the curb.
Hmm. Yeah, but it doesn't always happen. I mean, I know some. Usually, the main people that are around you, like let's say you would have won at Osmo, you would have probably hired somebody like Frankie or myself or somebody who was really close to you to be able to help you
Hell
in your
no,
office.
would never hire Frankie or yourself.
Well, then, and you wonder why you lose, right? You wonder why you lose.
But the difference, Roman, is I'm honest.
No, you can't offer jobs anyway before you're when you're running
No,
for
yeah,
office.
but I'm honest. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, because you can't do that. I mean, I'm going to be truthful with you. It's not going to happen. We're not going to be doing the same games that these individuals play. That's
No,
a
but
different.
you're misunderstanding me. Like, let's say in your office when you ran for county commissioner, not school district, not like mayor, even the mayor. You have a position in your office that you hire. It's your administrative assistant, your chief of staff, right?
Well,
That's what you have in your commissioner office, right?
I can do that
That's
when I
what
become mayor. No,
no, I mean, according to Roy de los Santos, apparently the mayor of Brownsville before Trey had one, but I don't know.
so I say,
I don't recall him having somebody that was a chief of staff for Tony Maria. I don't remember that,
yeah, he had that secretary that. But I mean,
but the
suppose.
secretary was his he was the secretary for his law office.
Well,
He was
suppose.
like that's what she was. That she wasn't a chief of staff. She was the secretary that you called. Hey, I want to schedule a meeting with the mayor. Okay, great. Where'd you go?
I well, I don't know. I don't know.
But I mean, again, but regardless,
I would
in
hire.
that kind of a position is different. Like when you ran for school board, of course you're not going to hire somebody because you don't have any positions to give away. You don't if you're running for when you were a school board member or even mayor or city commission
Oh,
or
what about
Porter Brownsville
what about
or
hiring Ramiro Gonzalez to work for the city of Brownsville?
well that was a city staff position. I think that he did not do the hiring.
Wow, come on.
He didn't.
I mean, not physically was like signed the documents,
He didn't do the hiring. I
but he
mean,
was behind the process.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't get anyone. Let me tell you, when I become mayor of the city of Brownsville, I ain't getting anyone any jobs out there. So, but and you always get those calls. When I was on the school board, you get those calls like, "Hey, can you help me get a job there at the BISD?" I go, well, like, no.
Yeah, but that's different. You can't do that.
Well,
Like you provide oversight as a city commissioner or school board member or trustee of a community college. Those are different positions than if you're running for Congress or a state senate or a state representative or even governor or lieutenant governor. You have positions that are political positions that you're the one who does the hiring. You're the one who says this is who I want, and they work for you.
I'm still not gonna hire you.
That's fine. You're not running for anything you could hire me for. But I'm
But
giving you
if I was, I wouldn't hire you.
well, then that's what you get. That's why nobody wants to help you because you have to have people that are around you that want to help you,
But
but nobody wants
you
to,
just
right?
told me
You're whining on your show last night. I don't have a lot of people helping me. Well, that's
I
why.
don't, and I
But
don't.
that's different. Again, mayor position is different. But let's say other positions.
I don't, and it's not whining. It's just it's frustrating because everyone screams that they want change, and at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like that people want change. Uh,
Hmm.
let me say it's kind of trippy because I mentioned that we had that meeting with the firefighters yesterday, and totally different from meeting with the police officers. I, I I I can sense that the police officers desperately want change. You know, uh,
Hmm.
I think they've feel that they've been screwed over enough here in the city of
Hmm.
Brownsville. My concern is, look, and it's always been this concern, and I made mention of this to both groups yesterday. Y'all have got to stop thinking of um, of yourselves as the only ones affected. Because what the commission, the city mayor do that affects everyone as a whole should be the concern of every little group up there. Because at the end of the day, it's not about this is my group and my group is being affected, which they are. Both police officers and firefighters are being affected by the decisions that are being taken by these folks that are serving the community. But the better view is to recognize that what affects our police officers ultimately affects our community as a whole. You know, because taking away from our police officers and firefighters their benefits or giving them crappy contracts, it really reflects and hurts the community as a whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean that's why there's a bill in the state legislature passed a bill that you can't defund the police, for example. But they're actually trying to add more teeth to that law this session because they feel like it wasn't enough
Yeah.
teeth. Like what happened in Harris County, where they didn't where the state comptroller said that you defunded the police, and then this last week he said, I rescind my claim that you defunded.
Well, I'm hopeful, Roman. I'm hopeful that that people start to wake up. People start to realize that what we've had is just not been good.
Mm.
I saw. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see John's timeline. He put up a timeline, and
Oh,
it was like,
his Facebook ad.
huh?
It's a Facebook ad that he's paying to make everybody see now.
Well, it's a timeline, trying to excuse himself from Tanasca.
Yeah, I find it a couple of things interesting. He says in 2018, I publicly raised my concerns of Tanasca, and then I ran in 2019 and won. Weren't you running in 2018? I I, I know that the election was in May, but I'm pretty sure he was running sometime in 2018. Like conveniently, he leaves that out. Yeah, I ran in 2019. I think you were already a candidate in 2018. I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Well,
I'm wrong.
what really, yeah, he's trying to make it sound like, well, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to run for office, because I was so concerned about the NASCAR thing. It's not
Hmm.
true. But see, this is what really bothers me about candidates like John Cowan and Jessica Tetreault. They'll fudge up the truth in order to make it appear like they really give a rat's behind. And we'll go into Jessica, your friend, in a little bit. But the timeline doesn't make sense. So you're trying to, and this is what John is trying to say. He's saying, "Oh, in 2019, I runs for commissioner demanding transparency." Okay,
Yeah, he had mailers claiming that allegedly
yeah.
that he was
Elected
going to claim
immediately
transparency.
forms a new audit committee. Audit committee. The reason that they wanted to start the audit committee wasn't because of Tenasca. You know this, right? They wanted to
Please
start.
tell me. Yeah,
They,
hmm
wanted to start the audit committee to go after individuals like Joel Mujia.
mm,
Joel Mujia actually was John was the one that went after Joel Mujia. For God knows what. I completely never understood exactly what they were going after him for voting for stuff while he was on the commission when they do exactly the same thing. That's what the reason for the audit committee to be formed. But then he goes and says, "Well, now it's not the city of Brownsville's audit committee; it's John's audit committee." Back and now in 22, uh, uncover the Tanasca fiasco. They neglect to put down there the months, Roman.
hmm
Very convenient. Just the year. So he gets elected in 2019, at the start of 2019, and it isn't until the end of 2022, 3 years later, half a year, 6 months before he, is seeking the position of mayor, that all of a sudden, we come up with a Tanasca thing. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, what bothered me, it wasn't just that. It was just I want to talk to you about PUB and Tanasca. So he's lumping them together, right? And he was like, my priority is to lower your PUB bill. But did he or did he not vote in favor of a Rasaka fee that
Yeah.
had never existed?
And
That goes to your PUB bill. But he'll be arguing, well, that's not energy. The world economic crisis and horribleness. Yeah, but when we look at a PUB bill, we don't just think PUB. We think that stinking thing that comes in the mail that has your trash collection, your brush collection, your sewage, your
customer
everything,
service
and
fee.
customer service, all that crap is your PUB bill. And they want to forget. They want to conveniently forget that they have control over that. It even says so on your bill. Don't complain to PUB. Talk to the city when it comes to these fees. Like those are fees that are on your P. So he has control over that. But I mean, maybe you can ask him that today at the mayor forum
Well,
that you're going to have at noon.
It's going to be more of a this is my platform, blah 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 blah, blah, and then you're off.
Well, maybe somebody there can publicly ask him. Maybe somebody can say, did you, John, did you, Jessica, vote in favor of a new complete fee, a Resaka fee that not only is in place now, it's going to go up.
Increase.
Yeah. And so many people like, well, we don't have. I don't live under. I kind of understand what they're doing with the Resaka fee. The Resaka fee is because that's where some of our water goes to be able to store. Like there's a hurricane or whatever, it doesn't flood as much. I get that, but at the same time, I don't get the other benefit of the Resaka of like having it in my backyard, and it's very pretty, it's very nice, and increases the value of the property on your property. But we're paying for that to be clean so that your property values go up. Congratulations, rich people, right? Or the people that have historical homes on Resakas that probably don't pay any taxes.
Don't take taxes.
I'm saying probably because I not some of them I'm sure do.
So it doesn't make any sense. The his timeline doesn't make any sense. If anyone were to question him on it, he'd have no answer for it because the only answer that he would have was, it took me 3.5 years to finally get interested in PUB. So if it was a big concern of yours in 2018, how come you said nothing about it?
I found this on the web.
I know. How come you said nothing about it until after the audit report came out? And then even then, Roman, they have yet to go out there and publicly condemn anything that happened with Tanasca.
But that timeline is fun. I think that timeline is his campaign trying to go after Jessica.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they want to say Jessica was there.
Yes,
Jessica was there.
100%.
Jessica was there longer than I was. So don't look at me. Look at her first. But and then look what I did. The awesome things I did, which was what exactly?
Well, yeah, and it is a jab at Jessica, but that part of it is factual. Probably the most factual part of that timeline, the start of it, because Jessica voted for every single increase out there without questioning the thing. Everything.
I don't think she was at that meeting when they first voted on Tanasca. I think she was absent that meeting conveniently.
Well,
Coincidentally, I'm more not conveniently, just coincidentally, she was. I think she was not there.
well, she was there, voting
But
for everything.
she was a commissioner,
Yeah,
and she could have said this is wrong, blah blah blah. But I don't
just
recall her ever
publicly,
saying that
publicly.
stuff. Yeah.
Never said anything publicly. And look, at the end of the day, I just find it amazing that now that we're in this pickle, in this mess, now everyone seems to have a solution to the crap that they, permitted to be taken on this city. It just doesn't make sense to me. But they got nice signs. They got
Mm-hmm.
thousands of signs everywhere
Mm-hmm.
because they're very, very well funded. It's just going to be a race of who could spend the most money on a political position that, as you mentioned earlier, really pays nothing, has no benefit, supposedly no benefits or perks whatsoever, except being a ceremonial position to represent that oversees the budget for the city manager, city attorney, and that's what's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're going to get screwed.
Well, I am fascinated. You said you want to talk about Jessica, the other opponent in your race. What do you want to bring up about her?
Well, um, she's out there with Sylvia Garza Perez, having these meet and greets at different individuals' homes. And one of the things that I really fascinates me about political events, Roman, is that you could always pinpoint the same individuals on there that attend all the same functions.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes out with a post and says, 150 people were at my event at the house. There's only like 30 people in the picture. They did a group picture. There's only 30 people in there. Where do
Mm-hmm.
you find 150 individuals?
And where do they park? Did they like honestly like or are they good Ubered in or something?
No,
Maybe they get limos.
they use the new parking meters downtown.
Oh, okay.
the electronic ones.
Oh, oh,
See, before
okay. So that event you're talking about wasn't at somebody's house.
it was somebody's house.
That she claimed she had 150 people at of
Yeah,
somebody's house
yeah,
in a neighborhood somewhere in
somewhere.
Brownsville.
But again,
Again, where did they park?
well,
On the
not
street in bike lanes, maybe? Did they
or
park in bike lanes?
maybe they all took a bus,
Maybe party bus, maybe.
a party bus for 150 people. But what I really tripped out on is the optics of things. You know, let me make you believe something that really necessarily isn't true. It
Mm.
reminds me of the first event that she had, where there were absolutely no pictures out there. You know, hold on, getting messages for work.
Okay, short show.
I've already been on for 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's okay. I mean,
How do you
it's
think your candidate Brian is doing down southmost?
I don't know. He has signs everywhere, like, but obviously it's because he wants signs everywhere. I don't see North working it very hard. I mean, I saw finally seeing some signs of hers out there. Um, I saw that she doesn't. I guess she had to do the transportation code on the signs that they weren't there originally, so she had to do like a sticker on it, which is kind of disappointing.
Her signs are horrible.
They are. They really, really are. I expected better from her, and it's not her look. It's not her face or anything like that. I'm not. That's not even it. It's just you can't read it. Too small. Where she's standing. You know, you kind of question it more than anything, and then you get that look of, of Brian in that fresa look that Rodrigo likes to use. It just, I mean, it's more effective, I think. I'll be honest. I mean, his signs are more effective than Nura's signs, but it's going to depend on whether or not Nura has actually done the work as a commissioner and went out in the community and had those people support her. Because there's going to be a lot of people voting in that race. Obviously, with the number of signs that John has, there'll
Voy
be
a
a lot of people
Matamoros.
voting. Okay, what happened now?
¿Qué pasa, Matamoros, también tú? ¿Qué?
Hold on.
All right.
¿Dónde?
All right. I think he needs a new chair or something like, or does he have bad case of dandruff, or is it just like all? There's like a lot of white marks on it. Am I the only one who notices that on his shows on his chair? I don't know who's watching because I can't look at the numbers that he has, but I've been left alone. Nobody wants to comment on Trump. I'm shocked. Nobody wants to say anything about Trump. No. Anything about Bragg? Write a comment about that. We can talk about that. That's more interesting than talking about a chair. Uh, Maybe I'll make a comment. I can actually see the comment, but I can't post it on there. Just letting y'all know. Ben said something like, "Get rid of all the boards and cut the serpent's head off that are making too much money and not doing anything, and you will have the money for more police." Hmm, that's interesting. That's fascinating, Ben. How was it being on Bob's show? I didn't get to see. I know that you were on Bob's show. How was that? Was that cool? So I can't. Oh, I'll read this one. Ray said, "Buenos dias, cheese and me." Yay. And then it says,
No.
Ben said, they use her car washes to park. And then they drive them to her house. Maybe. I mean, has she done like one of those uh fashion shows or something at her car wash again? Maybe she's gonna do that as a fundraiser. Like, look at me. I am fascinated that there was a video I think Erasmo shared on his page that Jessica was telling everybody, Roy was there and spoke, I guess, and then Jessica came up. You got to support me for mayor so that I can be with Brian and with Pedro and with Roy. I had no idea that Pedro was supporting Jessica, but I guess Pedro is supporting Jessica.
I sent you that video, no?
Yeah, yeah. But I thought somebody else had it as well, right? That video.
Well, I sent it to a lot of people.
Yeah, because I know that you asked me to send it to somebody, and it got to that person, but I was already beaten. I was at that last little sperm that didn't make it, and I got beaten out like the look who's talking to with the sperm stuff. Yeah. So
Um,
yeah.
uh, that was a funky video because you start to see where these lines are forming, and I think one of the things you know Denachi, you know Jerry Denachi.
Mm.
You
Hmm.
know, now he's like Jessica's number one supporter, and
Oh yeah, and Jim wrote a blog post about it or something like that. I think you shared it or something. You told me
I
about it.
I didn't share it.
No, you told me what? No, wasn't you who told me? I don't know.
I agree.
Okay, well, regardless. So Jim writes a story about Jerry Denache showing up, and then Jim takes off, and I'm like, why did you take off? He said she was gonna get there at 6. Like he was like, I was misled. I'm like, why were you misled? Where there's like nobody there? Is that what Jim was trying to like? Nobody was there, and he was just gonna wait for her.
Well,
And
I think one of the things that I think people expect is when you're, you know, it's not. I know we as Mexicans tend to, you know, say, "Hey, we'll see you at 7," and then get there like at 8.
yeah, that happened to you in Mexico.
It
Yeah.
happens to me everywhere. Let me tell you, it happens everywhere. Like sometimes when I'll go to a wedding, you know, we're supposed to do a wedding at 6:30, and you know, I get there, you know, 5 minutes before, and they're setting up the place, and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, don't do this to me, because I might just have a wedding at 7 o'clock or it's 7:15 that I need to get to,
Right.
and there's actually been a couple of weddings that I say, you know what, guys, I'm out. I gotta go take, you know, I'll come back later on tonight. They're going, oh, but will you come back? I said I would, but I'm not going to wait here for an hour for y'all to set up.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
It's just not going to happen.
So I guess Jim like took off. Thinking, I'm not leaving. I'll see you later, Anna. You know, maybe you need to make a phone call to Cagando Oro.
But decides to go back. I didn't understand the gist of the thing, the comment. I don't know if it was more like it's just a little bit unorganized. Um, you know, they said a certain time, you know, the princess hadn't arrived, and of course the princess was probably, you know, trying on which blue dress to put on,
Is
and
that all she wears now? Is blue dresses or sparkly little weird dresses or something?
some reason it's just all red, black, blue dresses. I don't
Well, you're gonna see her today. Let us know what she's wearing today.
blue. I can
Blue.
almost guarantee you it's going
All
to be
right.
blue.
All right. Blue. All right. But yeah, so I'm actually really surprised that Jerry Denache is supporting her. I would have thought that he would be supporting John Cowan. I would have thought Denache would be with Cowan.
Jerry seems to always go for the wrong candidates. You know, I don't know if it's a thing that he's getting paid or something, but he's always seems to go for the wrong candidates. But that's one of the things that I think that really concerns me about this race. At the end of the day, I'm concerned that a lot of people are just going to vote for the wrong candidates for the wrong reasons. You know,
Hmm.
uh, the firefighters had mentioned yesterday when I was talking to him, like, well, you know, Jessica did say one time that, you know, she was concerned about our retirement. Well, like, well, yeah, but you still got crap. You know,
Hmm.
why does it matter if, you know, one day in a blue moon, you know, they went out there, and they uh, they did ask me about a comment that I had made on one of my shows in regards to, you know, EMS, and you know, should we privatize EMS here in the city of Brownsville, which is something that the firefighters don't want to do. And I said, look, guys, my concern, you got to look at my concern. My concern has always been the same, Roman. We need more ambulances in the city of Brownsville, in a city of 300,000 people, Roman.
Mm.
Ambulances
We
is
don't have
not
300,000. We have 200,000 people, but okay.
what
We have. You said 300,000 people.
300,000 people.
We have 200,000 people. Not
Impossible.
even.
Impossible.
That's the number. We don't even. I don't even think we've reached 200,000 according to the census.
That's according to the census, Roman. How many people
Hmm.
live there illegally?
Plus, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't think it's 300,000 people. There's
Oh,
no way it's 300,000 people.
easily 300,000.
No,
Without a
not
doubt.
even. Nope.
Easily.
No.
Yeah, 100%. Without a
Nope.
doubt.
Okay. Well, okay, you can say that. Well, it doesn't really matter.
You
But
stay confined
okay,
in your little home, so you don't know. Well, I go. There's tons of thousands of people that live here illegally, Roman. They're not going to register in the census. Besides that, census doesn't get everyone anyway.
yeah. But there's also scientific census that you can do that shows the same trend line, regardless of whether somebody says
Have
yes, they're
you
here or not.
seen how bad the border is and people crossing over?
Yes, but those
Have
are
you
not
seen the
counted in the.
thousands? No, these people aren't leaving, Roman. There's some that leave, but there's tens of thousands of people crossing the bridge, the
No,
border.
don't say that. Trey is saying that that's not true.
It's true. I'm here downtown.
How
Tens
dare
of
you
thousands.
be opposing to our great leader, fearless leader Trey? Trey says they just come here and they leave, just like Sister Norma said. They come here and they leave. They don't stay here.
No,
How dare you mislead the people of Brownsville, Erasmo? How dare you?
a big chunk do leave, but there's a big old chunk that stay. Let me tell you. I mean, they're all over
Okay,
here.
fine. We'll just go get 300,000. Make your point about the ambulances because I think it's a valid point.
300,000 people. 300,000 people in the city of Brownsville. And we got 6 ambulances. We've got to find a way to serve all the people that are here. They're already here. Let's use your number, 200,000. $200,000 is 200,000 people. 6 ambulances is not enough for 200,000 people.
And that's the point. Is people will run for office and they'll say, "I'm going to provide more ambulances every single election cycle," and it
Every
doesn't
single
come.
one.
And it doesn't come. And I know, and I know this because I've run for office like you have, and I believe we need more ambulances. We're going to find the money. We will, but everybody says it, but the ones that win don't provide it, don't have it. And there's multiple reasons why. One, where the people are going to be able to serve. Like, where are you going to get the people to run those ambulances? Where are you going to get the pay to do it and to consistently be able to make those pay? Because it's a revolving circle. We had the same number of police officers we've had this year that we've had for the last 20 years, I think. The same number, I think, right? Am I right on that? I think it's the same number of police officers now that we had when the first time I ran for office, which was a decade and a half ago.
If Erasmo paid for a porn star to silencer because of election, he shouldn't be able to run. So if I've paid someone to stay quiet, I shouldn't be running for mayor of the city of Erasmo. First of all, I don't have that kind of money. Second of all, it's sex. Weren't all the Democrats all pissed off about let's stay out of the bedroom for people?
The blue dress?
Huh?
The blue dress, you mean?
Stay out of the blue dress.
And all of a sudden, no, we got to care about the porn star, him having sex with a porn star. Well, look, I didn't vote for him in 2016. I didn't vote for him. However, I did vote in 2020. I did vote for Trump. I did. And look, the issue is here, it's a non-disclosure agreement. People do that all the time. When you leave a job, you got to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Then you can walk out the door. Got to sign it. Okay, I won't say anything bad about you. I won't. And that's what this was. This was a business decision. I mean, Trump doesn't want his wife or his kids or anybody else to know that he had put sex with a porn star. Maybe his sons were like, "Way to go, Dad," but but generally speaking, you don't want your wife to know, so you don't want to sign this non-disclosure agreement.
But if I had sex with a porn star, you better believe I'd want everybody to know.
You would, because you're not married, but he's married. He doesn't want to do that.
I mean, it's been that long. I don't even know how that sex thing happons anyway.
I don't even want to talk about it with you. That's not something we should be talking about at 9:30 in the morning.
So long.
Oh God, is that one of these like your mama jokes or something? Like, how long has it been? Never mind. No, like, oh, you got it. Hey Jude, I'm gonna call on you during the show.
Let me say, don't care much about Trump's indictment and case. It's I think it's more of a distraction for people to vibe away from the real issues at hand. And I think that's exactly what happens here in local politics. They try to go, hey, over here, scroll tactic. That's what they try to
Mm.
do. So it's just going to be an interesting race as the Tino went out there, Villarreal, and said that some people were just being extremist. That
Who?
oh, I think he was referring to I think myself and Susan being extremists. We were yelling, screaming, and bullying people back and forth. Going like, oh, you have a right to. If
I
you
wouldn't accept I wouldn't accept the label of being an extremist
well,
from him.
let me say, sometimes a community needs an extremist, someone that goes out there and screams and yells and pouts and bangs the table. I mean, it's necessary, or else nothing gets done. Look, they took 179 million of our community's dollars. They took. You have a right to be pissed. You know, someone goes into your house and takes a big old chunk of it takes half of your yearly budget. Are you going to be happy about it? Are you going to be upset? Half of your yearly budget. So no, we have a right to be out there upset.
So is he saying that you and Susan are extremists because you supported or voted for Donald Trump and
Well,
you didn't vote for a vegetable for a president?
I think
That does can't even go to the coronation of King Charles. He's going to send his dutiful wife. You know, the real president of the United States. Is that why you're an extremist? Because you voted for somebody that wasn't his Democrat? Is that what he's saying?
well, it had a tinge of trying to associate with the Trumpism and saying, "Hey, look, I'm not going to speak for Susan. I don't care for any of the individuals that have as of yet have declared for president of the United States. Anyway, I want to see what individuals go out there and throw their name in the hat.
It,
I still
it's
want Tulsi Gabbard to run for president.
she's hot. So yeah,
She's
run away,
amazing.
run for it. Yeah, hot. No, but is Tino Virial claiming that people who voted for Trump Republicans are extremists? Is that what he's saying?
No, it's
Because
not.
there are Republicans that vote in city elections, like myself. There are Republicans that vote in the city of Brownsville. Are we all extremists because we're Republicans? Is that what he's saying?
I'm not going to put words in his mouth.
No,
There's a
I'll be
tinge.
curious that maybe I'm hopefully he'll answer that question. I'm sure that question will come up.
There's a tinge of trying to associate individuals that because I'm mentioning what happens at the national level. And look, I'm not focused on the national. I'm not focused on the indictment. I'm focused on this race for mayor of the city of Brownsville.
Mhm.
And in this race for mayor of the city of Brownsville, there's a clear choice. We could continue on the path that we've been on for the past 4 years, for the past 12 years, or go a different route. And one of the things that I think a lot of people they bubble themselves into, Roman, they bubble themselves into, oh, well, we got extra restaurants now. Oh, we also got extra car washes. It doesn't mean that the economy of the city is doing all that great. It just means that people want to come and try to grasp at anything that they can from any of the monies that are coming in here from bigger corporations coming in.
Mhm.
But these bigger corporations aren't producing any jobs out here, or very minimal jobs. And SpaceX is one of them. SpaceX is bringing their people, which have to wash their cars, have to
They're
eat,
Tesla. They're Teslas. Yeah.
have to eat food. So the question is the businesses that are open, the restaurants and all the car washes and all these things, are they really gearing towards attracting the local economy or assisting the local economy? And I would say no, not to the percentage of benefiting the individuals that are coming from elsewhere. Did you just fart?
No, I yawned
Mm.
because you're making me sleepy. I'm trying to come like a freaking cow or horse and cough or yawn.
You're losing weight.
Thank you.
You are right.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah, you look a
Yeah,
lot
because I
thinner.
saw some pictures of myself when we ran in 2011. I'm talking like we ran. Well, when you and I were on the ballot in 2011, I was like, damn, I was small. And then
You
I also saw a picture of me with your "Got Cheeseman" or Cheeseman shirt. I had that shirt. You were fat. And I was thin. I was like, damn. So I should look better. So thank
super
you.
fat. I'm actually was watching the
Watching the what?
I was I was there was a video that I was out there dancing and my god, how the hell was I even actually moving?
It's a good question.
It's
A
crazy.
lot of us really were worried about you there on that one. Yeah, I don't think I was there when you were dancing, but
I
you're
think
you're a
people
big dude. You're big.
I think people were concerned of me falling on them.
I'm not gonna lie, that did cross my mind.
My
Like
lord.
you would sit. I think there was one time you sat next to me, and you had to, like, dude, I think I need to have like two chairs over to have enough space for you.
So fat.
You were big.
Amazing, man.
And
And
that was when me and you and Jessica were actual friends at that point when she ran for office.
yeah,
We
she's
were
not my,
at some. Yeah, no, she's not my friend.
she's your friend.
No, she's not my friend.
Well, thanks for coming on, Roman.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Erasmo.
Good 45 minutes is good.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, good luck today in your forum that you have it. Where is it at? What time is it?
Bobbleheads at
12?
12.
Well, good
And
luck.
then I've got to go and visit with some friends at 1:15. And then I'm going to go at 3:45 to my nephew's college signing.
Oh, where's he going to college?
Somewhere in Houston. Can't remember. He's playing basketball. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to drop the basketball thing altogether, but he wants to continue playing basketball in college, which I think is a smart thing to do. I mean, he excels at it. He's really, really good. So I think you should continue. What do you think?
He went into the. He was of All Star, wasn't he? In the Valley All Star or something.
Oh
A
yeah,
couple
yeah.
weeks ago.
I mean, play for St. Joe. Let me tell you, the kid's got game. So it's gonna be
Mhm.
interesting. Maybe he'll go professional. That would be interesting.
Well, if he's had a small college, probably not.
Who knows? Maybe he'll get picked up
Me-
by others later on. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, he could enter the transfer portal. He could be like the other guy. I mean, I'm surprised he's not trying to go to a bigger college or something like the other guy from St. Joe, the wide receiver. He went for UT or something.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
All right, Roman,
Some
have a great
receiver.
day.
You too, man. God bless.
All the best.
Hey.
Bye.